Welcome back to Tengai Maku Zero, and now we are in the Peacock Kingdom. And you might ask yourself, what am I doing in the Peacock Kingdom? Well, I got a gamer's hunch. Yeah, I opened up that box and I thought to myself, well, if there's a box that she opened in the inn, there was another box that I couldn't open. And yeah, see, I was right. I was right. Yeah, she opens it and she gets electric catfish. So that was the secret skill that we never got. We went through an entire kingdom and never got it. So, well, now we have it. I don't know if it's too late to really use it, but there you go. I got it. There it is. So we only got 2 left for her. And yeah, he's got 3, and he's got 4. Alright guys, let's warp back to where we were. Yeah, I just fast traveled here. And yeah, we have to go visit that hermit that they talked about, the pig hermit. And beat the snot out of these guys because they are mad annoying. Yeah, you know what? Let's use this new ability. Boom. Yeah. Kind of looks like an eel, but the literal translation of what is it, manazu, is catfish. But it would make more sense if it's an electric eel, right, rather than a catfish. So I don't know. There's a pig here. He's like boo 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 boo. Wow. What the? Are you surprised? I'm the pig hermit. Quickly, I'll give you a present. What do you think? Judan, this is an upper tier scroll, upper like high quality skill, and we got pig magic. Okay, we got pig magic. Right. Okay. Pig magic scroll is Tanmu is like a high level ability. Let's see. The scroll requires a lot of like power, and it will raise your allies' attack, defense, or speed. But it's like a stupid. I don't know how to say it. It's like an idiot with scissors. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Idiot with scissors. It will make you like an idiot with scissors. You know what I mean. And yeah, see, if you hover over it, it's question marks. Now, from what I could understand from what he said, it will raise your stats randomly. But I only used it once. I think I'll demonstrate. In here, can I use it? No, I cannot, because it's a high level ability. So yeah, we got some new enemies here as well. Can he use it? No. Unfortunately not. Let's see. Let's see if yeah, she can use it. So let's try to give it to, yeah. And it says Beacon? Buchun? And it didn't really do anything, so I think it may not even I have a feeling that it's random. Not too sure about it, because you didn't see anything go up, any of the stats. Like, you know, you would have the animation, like attack up or defense up or whatever, but it didn't do anything. So it may be that it's random. Sometimes it'll raise a stat, sometimes not. So I think I'll have to experiment a little bit more with that ability. But for now, you know, I don't think it's really that useful. So, now these guys, this is a new enemy here. The guys in the middle, I'm focusing on them because I think about half of the time those bats, I don't really know what they are. They kind of look like bats, but they kind of look like, I don't know, like a flower, like a bell sprout type of thing. They look like Pokemon. These guys look like Pokemon. Anyway, yeah, those guys, they suck your skill points, your magic points. So you gotta be careful with them. They're pretty annoying. And yeah, we enter the Sea of Trees 3. And it's covered with a poison cloud, so we have to use our flowing spell ability and go up in the air. Yeah, again, yeah, we're back to this, but thankfully I think this is the last. Is it the last? Yeah, it's kind of like the last. See, yeah, see, that's the ability I was talking about. Yeah, this is the last sea of trees that we'll see. As far as I know, there's another place that's similar to this, but in my opinion, it's faster. As long as you know the correct combination. So yeah, but we'll get there when we get there, right? Yeah, beat those guys. Keep going up here. Yeah, there's a treasure chest here. I kind of went through this stage to kind of level grind and to see where I'm going and stuff, so I won't be too confused. And I'm at a pretty decent level right now. Yeah, I think after this place would be, I think there's another, yeah, there's the town, the Blue Lagoon, Blue Pond Village, Aoikemura, and after that is the tower, the evil tower. So let's see what's in the box. Open the box, and we got Bakuchimura, which is another healing item. I think it raises your HP by half. Again, I've never used it, but from what I could read, that's what it says. Let's go find it. Bakuchimura, where is it? No. Where is it? Bakuchi. There it is. Yeah, it heals you by about half of your maximum HP. It's an educated guess. Let's go. Focus on these bastards. And yeah, it's good that she didn't use that. She's mad annoying. Oh, there is another thing in E3 that I completely missed. Not E3, Tokyo Game Show. Completely missed when I was kind of taking a look at TGS. And that is that Final Fantasy X is being remade for the Vita and the PS3. Yeah, Final Fantasy X, which I know that in Japan, Final Fantasy X is very... I'm trying to use the auto battle, but I'm not able to select it somehow. I'm not quite sure why, but whatever. Yeah, like I said, Tokyo Game Show. Final Fantasy X is being remade, and it's extremely popular in Japan, but in the States, it's not as popular as, let's say, Final Fantasy VII. And yeah, you know, myself and some other, especially some podcasters that I listen to, like the All Gen Gamers, and they're like the gaming podcast. I listen to them, and I completely agree with them when they said that it doesn't really make much sense. I guess for us, I know in Japan Final Fantasy X is like considered the best RPG of all time. It's #1 Famitsu, the Famitsu top 20 RPGs or top 20 games of all time. It's the #1 game, after with Final Fantasy VII as being #2. But to us American RPG players, we would much prefer to see Final Fantasy VII remade, or 8 or 9, specifically 7. Well, 9 is really good too. Yeah, so it doesn't make much sense. And the problem that, what did they call it? I'm getting a little bit of lag here, actually quite a bit of lag. The problem that, what do you call it? I think that they have with remaking those PlayStation 1 games is because they use the pre-rendered backgrounds, which really sucks because they can't really remake them by retouching this the graphics, which is a lot easier when it's rendered 3D graphics in the engine. It's a lot easier to redo the different 3D models and stuff by hand rather than doing the pre-rendered backgrounds by hand, which really sucks because I want my Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII was amazing. The music, everything was amazing, but playing it now, which I have, put it on the PSP, and oh, we got some video. Final Fantasy VII looks pretty shitty right now. Now back in the day it was amazing, but now it looks pretty shitty. I did play Final Fantasy 9 on the PSP completely, and it still holds up. It still looks really good, especially on the smaller screen. Totally worth playing. But 7, no, unfortunately not. It was the reason when I was younger. It was the reason for me to get a PlayStation 1. That was the reason. I was originally set on getting an N64. Well, back in the day they called it an Ultra 64. That's what they used to call it. Yes, I was set on getting the N64 because I loved the Super Nintendo so much. It was my favorite console back in the day. I think it is still one of my favorites. Yeah, it is. The PlayStation 1 being a close second. Yeah, we lost our skill now. Now I'm kind of getting really fast speed. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed it on the video, but I'm kind of getting a little bit of weird lag. So, but yeah, I got my PS1 to play Final Fantasy 7. That was the reason. The Final Fantasy 7 was originally slated to come out on the N64, but and that was the reason why I wanted an N64. And then I remember I was reading a magazine. I think it was Electronic Gaming Monthly. Fairly sure that's which one it was, and they mentioned Final Fantasy 7 is coming to the PlayStation and not the N64, like they had originally planned it to. And I said, well, you know what? I really don't want to do this, but I'm getting a PS1 because, you know, even though I was a pretty loyal Nintendo guy, I was also probably a more loyal Square fan than Nintendo, and I said if Square is going to the PlayStation, then I'm going to the PlayStation. And yeah, that was a really good idea because, you know, as good as the N64 was, it wasn't the PlayStation. They didn't really have any RPGs that I could think of on the N64. Any good ones that I know of, other than Zelda, which, you know, Zelda's Zelda. But yeah, I went to the PS1 and did not regret it one bit. It had some of the best RPGs of all time, right? So cannot complain about that shit. And if you do, well, fuck you. Nah, I'm just joking. So yeah, we're making our way through the forest, and yeah, I'm not really commenting too much on the game because, like I said, there's really not too much to explain story-wise or translate. Just, you know, enjoy the good graphics, and more so if you are playing the game along with me, you get a nice walkthrough, fairly not too well detailed because there really isn't a comprehensive FAQ in English for this game. I guess I could look online for a Japanese FAQ, but I don't really see the reason to right now. Not really. I was kind of looking at an FAQ for Ni no Kuni, and I found one in Japanese, which is okay. They tell you about some of the quests and how to finish them and stuff. So I may be using that when I get around to that game. Here we are fighting these guys. That the middle guy kind of gets me hungry. The honeycomb Cheerios. Yeah, I've been using this electric eel because mana wise it's fairly cheap, considering that some of the other ones cost as much as 70. I think this one only costs like 40, and it does a lot of damage to the enemies that we have here. It's actually the most efficient damage per NP spell that I have right now, from what I can tell. Yeah, see, you want to fight off these bees, these new enemies here, because they do this shit on you. Yeah, they'll do some massive damage, so they are priority number 1. But you also can't neglect the guy in the middle, because I'm pretty sure he robs you of cash. You see that gold thing coming out? Yeah, so you kind of have to focus on him as well if you don't want to lose money. It's kind of a good. Yeah, I'm just showcasing the lion, the Iron Lion. And he doesn't do that much damage, that much more damage compared to the eel. Shit, he even got to level 39. Alright guys, see you in the next video.